League leaders Heidelberg United hosted Melbourne Knights on Sunday afternoon at Olympic Village as the two title contenders met for the first time this season. Both sides came into the contest on the back of wins, with the Knights looking to build on last Friday's victory over Green Gully. To Team News, and Heidelberg United were unchanged from their previous squad that defeated Oakley Cannons 1-0 last Sunday. There were two familiar faces in the Burgers lineup though, with the Knights having faced Ruben Way last season in the FFA Cup fixture when he was at Olympic FC, while Nietz Coleman trialled with the club in pre-season. For the away side, and Knights head coach Andrew Marth made two changes to his side that defeated Green Gully, with the most notable change being the return of club captain Tomislav Uskok from suspension. Alex Deo picked up a knock in training midweek, which meant Marian Svitkovic was promoted to the starting 11, while Ivan Grgic dropped to the bench. The home side got the match off to a start and had many of the first goal-scoring opportunities of the encounter. 5 minutes in, Coleman was set up after a chest down near the edge of the box, but his half volley was well wide. Seconds later, and Heidelberg were on the attack again. A dangerous cross from out wide picked out the man in the box, but Batur put the ball just behind for a corner. In the 8th minute, a dangerous McGarry free kick into the area just evaded a number of Knights men to the agony of the away support. After a quarter of an hour played, the Knights fashioned their first real chance of the match when Stipo Andrijašević opened up space for himself before hitting a low shot to the near post that forced a save from McMaster. From the subsequent corner, the Knights had a series of headers before Adrian Zara looped an effort over the crossbar. On the 19-minute mark, Marth's men had what was then their best opportunity of the match, when a good cross from Marian Svitkovic picked out Andrew Barasic, but the striker put his headed chance over the target. Five minutes after that near goal, and the Burgers also went close, and also from a corner, when the set piece just cleared Chris May's crossbar. Not long after that chance, and the home side were forced into an early substitution when a limping Jamie Cumming was replaced by Jacob Williams, barely 26 minutes into the encounter. But the change didn't seem to deter the Burgers, with Daniel Heffernan bringing the best out of Chris May when he forced a save after a long-range strike. Just before the half-hour mark, and Andrijašević put another ball on target, this time when he had no right to, showing great aerial strength to create the chance after Zara's cross, but it was no real match for the United custodian. Andrijašević was the in-form man for the Knights and was involved again moments later. After receiving the ball out wide, the forward showed great skill to evade Kanakaris to curl a strike towards goal, but a Stephen-paced block on the edge of the 6-yard box kept the effort out. 33 minutes in, and Andreas Govas attempted an audacious effort from the halfway line, but the Knights shot stopper had it covered all the way. May was called upon for a more difficult stop seconds later though, after Heidelberg took back possession in the middle of the park. A good ball through from Shepherd set up Heffernan inside the box, but the low strike was kept out by the keeper's feet. 10 minutes away from the half-time break, and another long-range bullet from Heidelberg required a save, this time from Coleman, with May tapping the ball just over the frame of the goal. 5 minutes later, and the Burgers went as close as you can to scoring when Ruben Way hit the base of the near post. May was required to block the follow-up effort seconds later, and it looked like he might have got a touch to the original strike from Way that hit the woodwork. George Katsakis' men were pulling their hair out seconds later as they hit the frame of the goal for the second time in the space of 5 minutes, when Shepherd's header from a corner cannoned off the crossbar. That was the last moment of note from the opening half, with the score astonishingly 0-0 despite so many chances. The home side continued their attacks early in the second half, with Coleman again testing his luck from range to no avail. 5 minutes later, and fullback Josh Brecolo got into an advanced position, but his strike from outside the box was blocked behind for a corner. 67 minutes in, and Way had an opportunity to redeem himself for the earlier chance put onto the post, but this time he skied his effort high and wide of the target. With 20 minutes left on the clock, Bartosic had another headed chance, this time after a McGarry free kick, but he put his nod into the side netting. But after all the squandered chances from both sides, it was Heidelberg that finally broke the deadlock in the 72nd minute when a fine cross picked out Kane Shepherd, whose glancing header beat Chris May. That was Shepherd's 5th goal of the season and his 3rd goal in 3 successive games, after scoring against Gully and Oakley in the 2 previous fixtures. With the game coming to a close, the Knights put on a late surge in their search for an equaliser and went close in the 80th minute when Andrijašević put a header right at the goalkeeper. Around that period in the match, Andrew Marth made a number of substitutions, with the most notable being the return of Rodrigo Covarrubias after almost 12 months sidelined with a knee injury. Shortly after the changes, and the Knights had another chance to score, this time through Adrian Zara, whose deflected effort just lobbed over the goal. Three minutes out from the end of regular time, and Heidelberg went in search of a second goal when Heffernan wrestled back possession before striking a bullet just wide of the far post. The home side tried to keep the ball into the corner while deep into extra time, but did create one last chance when Shepherd cut inside and forced a save from May to his near post. The Knights players piled forward in the dying embers of the match, but it was unfruitful, with full time called after 4.5 minutes of additional time. 1-0 it finished, with a catalogue of chances from both sides failing to find the back of the net. The result secures Heidelberg's hold on the league's top spot, while the Knights are now in 4th position, ahead of next Saturday's match with Hume City. Speaking to Knights TV after the fixture, head coach Andrew Marth put the loss down to squandered chances.
Sabo, where do you think the game was won and lost today?
Oh, definitely first half. I thought we had 2 clear-cut chances. It should have been up probably 2-0, and after that they hit the post, I think, once or twice. But and I said to the boys 3 weeks ago that if you take your chances early on and you don't capitalise on them, we'll get punished by better teams, and that was a prime example today.
Chris May at the back kept it at 0-0 for you guys in the first half. What do you think of his performance?
Yeah, exceptional. Chris did really well for us. Shot stopping, I don't think he's a better keeper in the competition. So he did well, and I thought the team played exceptionally well.
All the 3 losses have come against the current top 3 teams. How do you think you can do differently in the next games against those top teams?
It's plain and simple. Finish your chances, and as I said before, you miss these opportunities to score goals, and you'll get punished by the better teams.
Another tricky away trip against Hume next. Do you think the boys can respond?
I'm sure they can. We've been talking about Hume for a while, that they fancy themselves as probably being championship contenders. So we'll see where we are.
Thank you very much, Saba.
Cheers.